Pipe. Let me tell you, we're in a cold phase in the market, but things are about to restart very, very hard next week. Here we go again. Make sure you guys finish leaving crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more on content as per every one of these market watches. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about today's market. When you be walking away with a booster pack. We've been doing this for like 2 months now, and it's genuinely been a lot of fun, actually. So, hi Chain Disappearance, how are you? I saw this 4 times over the weekend here from multiple people trying this out as a side deck option, and you've had like no sales data on this thing since like the 26th. So, just something to think of. I mean, when a monster with 1,000 or less attack is summoned, banish that monster, then your opponent banishes all cards with the same card names from their hand and deck. So we can hit the Snake Eyes Ash, we can hit Yubel. You got some options that you can do with this. The good news is that's the highest rarity. I mean, you got dollar sub-legendary collection secret rares down here. I don't necessarily think that this is the craziest tech choice running around in the meta right now, but it's apparent that some people are testing this out, and you know, if you're able to resolve it, and you just kind of, I feel like you blow your opponent out. But it's not to say, I mean, a Pablo resolving at the end of this could still put them back into the game. You know what I mean? The Iron Thunder. You know, we have a lot of fun little stun things kind of happening around here, and Iron Thunder has 22 listings at the moment. I mentioned yesterday that, you know, you've got a lot of stun hype kind of happening in the background here, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's actually kind of cool to see that, you know, people are looking at this card and going, hey, you know, like this is broken. Let's start to test this. You do see the acceleration up. We'll wait and see how long that this lasts. Your regular secret rare version has 118 as of filming this, at about $5 a copy. So it's not like Iron Thunder is really out of the realm of possibilities to acquire. I think it's just, we'll wait and see. I think that's the best thing to see. Jowan The Spiritualist. I love the fact that the Labyrinth of Nightmare Worldwide Edition is just sold out with 2 listings at like $9 a piece. How humorous. Your DB2s, like $3. Labyrinths coming in about 2s. You have the Astro Pack common at $1.50 basically, and the Legendary Collection Season 3 reprint down here coming in at a nice 20 cents, basically $1. It's not like Jogan. I don't know why Jogan never got a higher rarity in terms of, you know, printing, but right now you've got a couple of builds that people are messing around with Jogan going, well, hey, you know, this card has a built-in floodgate condition that also gives you a random board wipe by randomly discarding a card from your hand of all special summon monsters on the field. Like, this card is worth considering out here, especially if you're doing the Sanctifier Dragon plays out here in Voiceless Voice, if you're teching the Brand Diffusion and other variants. It's a pretty cool idea for the things you can see with this. This is getting out of hand. I did not think I would see Fossil Dynapachycephalus. Seeing these secret rares, Unlimiteds, by the way, like one just sold for 75, 55, another for 80 for light play first ed. But like your Unlims are $50 for mod, and then you escalate on up to 60. This is actually kind of wild. A first edition is going to cost you $90 from core, and then on up to $160 to $200 for this. Like, I remember pulling this from a booster pack back in the day. Like, that's my connection to this card. Like, it's nuts to see. But I mean, you've got alternatives available to you. I mean, as you should. I mean, you have the Dual Saga, which I do think looks very nice. You can get a French version of this actually for what looks like $4 to $5. You got the you can get supers for like 4s as well, and then Astropack commons are 4s, and then El Dorado gold rares are the cheapest at 2s. Of course, the gold rares are going to be the cheapest. El Dorado is just so bad. The Ravenous Tarantula. Well, 16 listings. You know, it's almost like we didn't get a reprint for this, and I don't know why. You know, I'm still questioning my sanity to this point, going, why did we not get a reprint for this? Why did the one that Yubel needs to play not get reprinted. Like, what's going on here? Like, gosh darn well that you needed this card to be reprinted. And look at your sales data on this. Like, it's turning over. And I mean, they're escalating up. I mean, you're going to be $10, $11 in a good couple of days here as people come through and pick up their 1 to 2 ofs off of the market. This card's going to get squeezed, and it's not going to be a fun time out here, to really say the least. Man, thank you. I'm so glad to see that the tarantula is going up. Nightmare Phoenix, collector's rare. I too can see where we tossed the rock in the water and it skipped. I mean, back in December, you were looking at, what, $52, and then basically in beginning of February, hit 40, and then you see we're hopscotching right back up to about 42. Your sales data, it's not like this card is turning over very quickly, but you got 1 to 2 copies moving per day out here at the $42 range, and yeah, you are escalating on up. 43, 44, 46, 48, yeah. I would say you'll probably be back at 50 here relatively soon, but this is one of those cases, yet again, that you look at here and you're like, well, it is a fire monster. It is very good. It does give you the ability to control these back row removal options to clean things up. Card's good. Ojama Yellow dual terminal preview. So the first thing I wanna say here is, because I've been requested to do this a couple times. First of all, there's no sales data on this on TCG Player. Obviously, eBay's a different story. But when you're looking at these dual terminal preview cards, I don't know why people are surprised that dual terminal preview cards. You had a Wink Rebusel for 200. Why are you surprised that the most niche set? I believe that this was only released at the NAWCQ that year, and maybe 1 to 2 events afterwards, if that. So the cards in this set are incredibly hard to get. Like, this Pegasus, obviously this isn't going to sell. $8,000, it's not going to sell either. Like, they're listing these cards because they don't have listings. And the thing look at this Cyber Dragon, or this Blue Eyes, by the way, like DDP, 700, 4,000, no, not gonna happen. I had a full set of these. I had to sell them a long time ago, but I've been here, done this. I've seen the stuff that happens with this set, and realistically, this stuff with no price data, it's going to remain with no price data because nobody is going to pick this stuff up. I'm already surprised a Harpy Lady #1 sold for this price point. I'm not surprised a Rhoda sold for 30. That's $30 a little bit up there, but to see that, this was one of the hardest set releases in the game's history. It was the preview set for Dual Terminal. I'm not surprised, nor should you be. Lullaby of Obedience, how are we holding up? $10. Also, $9 to $10. Nice. I'm not all that surprised it's doing this, but I feel like this is a normal day in the office for this set, you know what I mean? This thing. Hello, Trident Dragon. $32, and it would appear that the Ultras have been cratered off the market and they do not exist. Yeah, just a normal day in the office with this. This is probably going to get reprinted, right? Like, realistically, Konami has to be paying attention to this. I have a feeling we'll probably see this as an OTS common at the time. Konami will go, all right, we know we need to get you a Trident Dragon reprint, or they drop it in the battle set a little bit afterwards so the people can play the deck. You obviously can't play the deck without this card. Like, this is the heart and soul of the deck. So justifying the $30 price point is what it is. This person's got 63 of them. You're going to be here a while before those get bought out. Horus cards. Hey, look, Imsetis. We're down to 130s. Those tanked down. We're still at 55 to 60 on these. Okay. Blessings, 34s. 26s. I feel like your Horus stuff is just cruise controlling. Yeah, man, all of this other Horus stuff. It's just kind of cool to take a look back here and see like $5 from market price for some of this Horus stuff. You do kind of appreciate some of the older cards for Horus. Nice, $3. Nice. And then, of course, this Horus is basically $3. Yikes. And Infinite Impermanence. I don't know if you guys pay attention to this thing, but like, we're at 140 again for the alties. Remember when these decided just to go wee? Yeah, I remember. And the crazy part is, last November, like, this card has fully regained all of its value. Like, it's kind of nuts, actually. Like, this card blossomed up so quickly. And of course, QCR is still coming in $90? Yeah, that's right. You guys, quarter centuries, they stumbled down and went right back on up, and they're selling at 90. If you're about to watch the quarter century, this would be $100. Wild. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.